know what? I think we're gonna do something a little different today. Come on. I think today is gonna be story day. 3 stories real quick, just to get you up to speed to present day. If I take you back to when I was a kid, maybe about Steven's age, you know, 9 or 10, something like that, I had to go for allergy testing. And this is back before the allergy testing was, I don't know, that thing that they use now where they kind of just roll it on you. I don't even know what it is, but I guess it's supposed to be a lot less traumatic than what it used to be. Now, I remember allergy testing, I had like, the numbers are gonna be off, I know that. It was either like 8 or 16 needles in my back, and then 8 or 16 needles in my arm. I forget what it was. I forget if the total was 16 or if the total was 32 or what. But either way, it was a lot of needles. And the needles in your arm, I swear, were like this big, and they'd put them in your arm and it would come out the other side of your arm. It was just not fun at all. And let me tell you, the back ones were okay. But when they did the arms, the needles in the arm for the allergy testing, I was crying like crazy, non-stop crying like crazy. And then after it was all done, I passed out. Although my mom said I didn't like go limp when I passed out. I was like stiff as a board. Keep that in mind. Now let's fast forward a little bit to high school. I don't remember if I was a junior, senior, or I don't really remember. But there was a blood drive, you know, you donate blood. And I'm thinking, yeah, why not? I'll go do that. So I'm in the gym, and there's tons of booths set up all around the place. Tons of people waiting in the bleachers to go donate blood. You could see people, you know, in the middle of the gym donating blood and all that. They call me up, I go down there, and I'm sitting there just like I am now. And they gotta like take a blood sample or something first. Well, I'm thinking they're gonna do a finger prick, you know. No, that's not what they're doing. They take some like tube thing and put it on my earlobe. Okay, well, the anticipation's already getting to me. I'm not great with needles to begin with because of the allergy testing. See the relevance of the first story? So, I'm sitting there in the gym, and they're trying to get blood from my ear with this tube thing, and she like does it, and oh, nothing's coming out. Let me try it again. Oh, still nothing. Let me try it again. Still nothing. Huh, that's weird. She must have been distracted and not noticed all the blood draining from my face. Because at that moment, yeah, I pass out. I'm on the gym floor. Nurses are rushing over to me. Everybody in the school that was donating blood, everybody that was in the school waiting to donate blood, sitting on the bleachers. Well, guess who they're looking at? They're looking at me. I mean, you gotta remember too, there's another story I should tell that we're not gonna tell today. But I was a very quiet, shy person. I am a very quiet, shy person. So to be there, passed out, on the gym floor, with all these students, I mean hundreds of people, hundreds of kids looking at me, it was fun. I did get my milk and cookies though. Juice and cookies? I think it was milk and cookies afterwards. I didn't donate blood. The nurse told me, yeah, maybe you shouldn't donate blood. For whatever reason, your body does not like it, and your body reacts in such a way that you shouldn't donate blood. Oh, great. Okay, so let's fast forward to just a couple years ago. I had to get some testing done for my back because we're kind of toying with the idea of surgery then. My back wasn't as bad then, but still, I was keeping the options open. I had to go for some nerve testing. I really didn't pay attention or didn't know, or they didn't tell me what this nerve testing involved. So I had no clue, honestly. I didn't know. I didn't know what they're doing. And I drove myself for this nerve testing. I get there and they're like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. You gotta get changed, put this gown on, and then we're gonna take this big needle that's hooked up to a computer, and this needle kind of transmits sound waves. So you can hear it on the computer. You're gonna hear on the computer. And we're gonna take this big needle and we're gonna stick it in your muscles, stick it in your back, stick it in your legs at all these various points. And when that needle goes into your muscle, the sound's gonna change on the computer so we know if that muscle's firing or not. So if we know that the nerve is actually working, and making that muscle work or not. Okay. Crap. I drove myself. Big needle. Up and down my legs. All over my back. Multiple times you have to stab me repeatedly with this thing. Great. This is gonna suck. I don't remember anybody telling me this is what was gonna happen and this is what I was in for. So I gotta lay down on my side and whole time up and down my legs, all over my back to figure out what's going on neurologically or whatever, what's going on with the nerves and stuff in my back, to see how my back is affecting everything. I get through the exam, or whatever you want to call it, I get through the test. Alright, put your clothes back on. Put my clothes back on. Sitting on the waiting table. Doctor comes in, starts to tell me I don't know if he's telling me the results or what. I don't remember. All I know, everything just kind of goes black. My whole world just kind of shrinks a little bit. My ears, it sounds like I'm underwater. Everything's kind of muffled and I can't hear anymore and everything's shrinking down and I can't talk. I'm thinking I'm gonna pass out, but I can't do anything. It's uncontrollable. I just can't speak. I can't get the words out. And then I feel myself going. And I wake up. And all I hear is the doctor over me going, "He had a seizure! He had a seizure!" And I'm thinking, what is going on? You gotta be kidding me. The doctor's rushing over. The nurse is running in. They get me some Gatorade and stuff, get some electrolytes in me and all that. He wouldn't let me drive home. This is a problem. I drive a manual car. I'm like the only one that can drive my car. So my wife had to come get me. She brought my stepfather. He could drive a manual car. And the best part is, he's driving my car. My wife picked me up, and it was the same day that we bought our guns, or picked up our guns. So it was kind of a weird day, kind of a weird ride home. And I'm like, if we get pulled over, I'm half out of it. We got guns in the car. This is gonna be an interesting story if we have to tell the police. Okay, so back to the doctor, back to what he's saying about the seizure. He said I had like a syncope seizure, something like that. He calls it a seizure because when you pass out, normally you go limp and loose. That didn't happen. I stiffened up like a board, my jaw was clenched, I didn't bite my tongue, and I wasn't convulsing or anything. But he said, for whatever reason, my body doesn't like blood and stuff like that, doesn't like injury. So this isn't good. The point of these 3 stories is I have to get blood work done today. I have to go, they have to draw blood, and do whatever they need to do so that I can actually have surgery. There's things you have to get done before you have surgery. You gotta get this blood work done, you gotta get some other tests done, you gotta go to your primary doctor so they can say, yeah, you're fit enough to have surgery. Okay, you're not fit enough to have surgery, so you can't. I mean, I don't understand it. It's just, you gotta, what, CYA? You know what I mean, right? Yeah, they got a CYA. CYTA? Whatever. You get it, right? They gotta cover their... But the point is, I have to get blood work today. I can barely drive as it is, so driving while, uh-oh, I passed out and all that, it's not gonna happen. So my wife has to drive me. We have to take the kids. Now, I had to get blood work not too long ago because of that. I didn't pass out, but my wife understood what would happen. Everything, all the color just drained from my face and it was happening. So I think the secret is I have to lay down when they do blood work. I think that helps a little bit. We'll find out today because you're coming along with us as long as they let us film. I mean, we're gonna use a cell phone because that's a little more inconspicuous, and what are they gonna really say? Don't? I mean, we'll find out. But I have to get blood work done today. I'm not crazy excited. I'm not crazy excited to have to go and have surgery and put IVs. I mean, I think it's the anticipation more than anything. I know what's gonna happen. I watched some YouTube videos on the surgery, and the way they were, I think they were working on a cadaver. But if they weren't, man, they over being rough. I know how I work on things, and when things aren't going right, you kind of tend to put a little more force and leverage in things. You know, if you're trying to get off a rusted bolt or something. I just keep picturing that and picturing somebody working on me like that. It doesn't sit well with me. But regardless, today we're going to get blood drawn.
I made it through it. We're good. No issues. No problems. Didn't pass out. I feel okay. Yeah. They wouldn't let us record in there. They said no. Big no.